Hello, everyone. My name is Sharon Davison, and I have the pleasure of being a kindergarten teacher in the state of Vermont. I am also an online facilitator for the NEA GPS network. If you don't know about the GPS network, it is a place where all educators can go, parents, parapros, and other educators, where you can go and have online conversations with other people in regards to educational issues and things that are interest to you. There are over 150 different groups to choose from. Today, I've had a little technical difficulty, so I apologize for the delay in getting started. I am today representing the technology and classroom elementary group, and I have invited Matt Hardy, who is one of the co-founders of Kidblog, to join me today. And I'm having a little bit of trouble getting him in this live hangout. So what I'd like to do is just pause for just a second, just to kind of see where we're at with that. And then what I'd like to do is just to kind of go in and start running through some of the questions and answers that you have. And hopefully by that time, Matt will be able to get in. So I did set this up as a Q&A. So if you are watching and you go to the left-hand side of your screen where it says Q&A, you will be able to type in questions that you have, and we'll get started. Thanks. So I know one of the questions that I see already here is an explanation of how Kidblog got started. And I will let Matt answer that. Some of you have also asked if Matt is a classroom teacher, which he is. He teaches in Minneapolis. And I know he and Dan Flies are two people that I'm familiar with who did come up with Kidblog as a way to help teachers find a platform where they can share their children's digital learning in regards to what it is that they're doing inside their classrooms. So I'm just waiting while we're waiting for Matt. If anyone else has any other questions, go ahead and feel free to type them in. One of the things that happened today for me, I was contacted by a technology integrationist education specialist that I met last summer at ISTE. His name is Kyle, he's from New Jersey. And we did a hangout earlier this afternoon with some of his kindergarten teachers who are also interested in getting started with Kidblog. And if I could just share really briefly with you some of their constraints, some of the things that we talked about. I know for some teachers, they are concerned about the number of kids and what devices they have. In this setting in New Jersey, the teachers that I spoke with today had at least 25 students in their classroom, and they are really seriously thinking of beginning and trying Kidblog to help begin to share their students' learning in regards to things that that they're studying and discovering in their classrooms. And one of the things that people have found successful, people that I have spoken with and shared with throughout the United States, is having their parapros train them. And also another great opportunity would be for you to have your parents also come in, where you can model alongside them about how you're using Kidblog. And that way they're also learning the ins and outs and being explicit. So if you do have a large class and you're a little nervous about trying, maybe think about also having parents come in as well and work alongside you. That way they could also work with small groups as well. So again, thank you all for your patience. I'm going to see where Matt is. Thank you. Okay. So we are, again, I apologize, we are having some technical difficulty getting Matt to join this Hangout. Just bear with me, I'm going to try one more thing to see if this will work. And try that. Okay. One of the things that I can share with you already while we're waiting, hopefully Matt will be able to join us. I will do a little screen share here just so you can see kind of where my students are already in kindergarten. We have already created our first post. The children decided that they would like to share what they did on Dot Day. And one of the things that I think is really, really wonderful that the children did is, if you look over here on the left-hand side, you can see all the different ways that they came up with spelling their titles, Dot Day. And again, I had someone ask me about, do I really want to worry about spelling and all of that kind of stuff at the beginning? And my answer is really, no, you really don't want to worry about that. As you can see, even the very beginning of kindergarten, my students did a really nice job in terms of sounding out those words and recognizing that dot and day were two different words and having spaces as well. So again, I think as a teacher, what this does is this gives me a really clear indication about where my students are with letter and sound symbols and recognition, and what I need to do and where I need to go and what I need to do next with them as well. So let's see. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm not, again, my apologies. Of course, this always happens. I've done 2 of these on airs by myself. This is my 3rd one, and something always happens. I know there was a little glitch at the beginning for me. I had to verify my YouTube account. So I'm hoping that Matt will be able to join us. I'm not really sure if he will be able to or not, but it is a Q&A. So if anyone out in the audience, if you do have any other questions, that would be great. If you just want to type them up, and then I can begin answering them, and then hopefully Matt will be able to get in. And if not, we will try to reschedule another time so that Matt can have an opportunity to share with you. When I spoke with Matt last summer, I think it was in July, he was sharing with me some of the new features that are coming out on Kidblog that seem really, really exciting. I think one of the things that I really like about Kidblog is how simple everything is and how accessible it is as a teacher. It seems to make sense when I go in and I know where to log in, how to create a post, how to move the mouse, that kind of stuff. The Kidblog new features the Kidblog is going to look a little bit different. I find the print is going to be bolder, and also you're going to be able to have more individual posts on one page. So instead of having them in a column like I showed you, they'll be like across the screen in large squares, which I think is really nice. And then you can actually go in and individualize each of the posts. If you want them private, if you want the kids to change their titles, that kind of thing. So especially for those older bloggers, those kinds of features I think would be really important, because you are focusing a lot on the different conventions of writing and also the comprehension about what it is that the message is. Is it clear? All right, so hang on just a second. I'm going to see if I can get Matt. All right, so he's not there, so bear with me again. I'm going to try one more time inviting him and see if that happens, see if that works. Okay. The other thing that happened also today when I was speaking with these kindergarten teachers in New Jersey and their technology integrationists, they were asking, how do you begin commenting, leaving commenting and asking questions? One of the things that I've found, that I've done that's been really successful, is if you send out an email to your parents ahead of time, letting them know, today we've posted this is the topic, these are the kids' posts, and if you could go in and leave a nice positive compliment and comment for your child, as well as 3 or 4 other children. That has been really well received. And what has happened then is I begin to kind of model how I am explicitly teaching my children how to read comments, how to leave comments, and they're really, really motivated by the positive things that people have to say. So that's something that I've tried that's been really, really successful. So I am so sorry. It looks like Matt is not going to be able to get in this afternoon. I do apologize. What I'd like to do, for those of you that have come that are watching this live, thank you very much. And what I'd like to do is to reschedule this. I will connect with Matt after this and find another time where he can share. And if we can't do it this week, maybe we'll try for something next week. All right, so thank you very much, everyone, and thanks to those of you also who typed in some comments. All right, I hope you'll give Kidblog a try. Thanks.